Hey, what's up guys, it's Jesse with Laurel Plumbing. Today we're at a home in Santa Maria, California, where they had a hotline slab leak that runs to pretty much the manifold from the garage into the home. So there's water pouring out from the ground in the garage, hot water that is, and just running down the driveway. The good thing is that there was no major damage into the home. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretty much abandon that line under the home. That's obviously in the slab, and then we're gonna run a new line in the attic and connect pretty much to the fixtures. So that way we can restore hot water and then get their hot water back to the home. All right, so we had leak detection come out. They determined that the line went from the water heater back here, came through the home into the home. As you can see, the dirt there was pouring out of the slab and running down into the garage. Also, this stucco got all wet and then pretty much ran here from the garage there, goes into the manifold there. And in that little hole, there's a bunch of pipes there, and that's where the manifold is. As you can see, that's where the upstairs bathroom goes, but this was tiles, so we couldn't really cut behind there. But what we're gonna do here, and we kind of already got started, but the leaking line was this one, so we cut it. We're gonna abandon it. This line runs to the kitchen on the other side of the home. So what we did was we have our line on top of the water heater. This is the hot water that provides to the house. So we're gonna cut in a T, and we're gonna run that new 3/4 line to the attic. And then we're gonna run this 3/4 line back down and hook back onto that kitchen line. But as you can see, the water is no longer going to this 3/4 line here. So we're just gonna tap back into the kitchen, and this line is gonna be transformed into this line and run it over. All right, so pretty much we're gonna bring our PEX line over from the water heater to this point. So we're gonna use these 2x4s to go ahead and strap, and we're gonna push it through the stuff here to get into the attic on the other side of this wall. So let's go ahead and go about here. We have a 2x4 right here, so we wanna go around on the inside. So we're gonna go about right here. Just gonna make a pilot hole. So I'm gonna leave that in there. Let's go ahead and head up to the attic and see if we can see that through. So I'm gonna leave that in there, and hopefully we can see it through the attic there. So the hole I drilled is literally, there's my bit. However, we have kind of some structural beams here, and you know, anytime we don't need to drill through those, we won't. And right above, I found that drywall opening. And so we're just gonna move that bit up, and we're gonna come actually right here, and we'll make our connections there. We have some 2x8s to strap to here and run it to our location. What we're gonna do is we're simply gonna pull our drill out. So now our little bit got stuck in there. We'll pull it out. But pretty much we're just gonna go a little bit higher, like right here. So we'll mark a little spot there. Let me get a little bit and carve that through. So right here I have something called a paddle bit. And so this isn't really the right application to cut through drywall. It's gonna poke right through. I made a little mark where we're gonna end up going. You go right here. Just like that. That's all we need. You even kind of had an angle. Kind of like that. So that's where our PEX is gonna go. So now we can go ahead and get our line ran from over here and get it ran up top. So we're gonna get our 3/4 PEX. This is gonna be Uponor PEX. Uponor branded PEX is like the OG PEX. It's pretty much what I trust. So this is all I use in my clients' homes. So first things first is we're gonna get our PEX through this hole. So Jay, I'm gonna have you take this up into the attic and you're gonna send it through that hole. And once Isaiah sends that through the hole, I'm gonna see it pop out here, and I'm gonna kind of make the route that I had planned. So just start sending me some pipe. Yep, you're going, you're going. About right there is good. So now that we have our PEX pipe through our hole, pretty much gonna start strapping a little bit. So, and you know, whatever excess we have, we'll cut over there. First things first is I would probably, the route that we were gonna take is kind of gonna be here. So I just strap right here first to the sidewall. Get you guys a little bit closer, right there. What we're using is these little PEX talons. So they do 1/2 inch and 3/4, and you simply nail them in. I love these. I'm gonna go ahead and keep on strapping that here. I'm gonna go here with this one. Take my own route here. So I was gonna go there, but I think I'm gonna cut it here. If I cut it on the inside, yeah, probably be best. There. I'll come here. Right on the edge of here. And for PEX, the more strap, the better, kind of, because PEX is flexible, so you don't put a lot of strap, it'll start to look a little ugly. We're gonna go there, and then we'll kind of continue on there, that way. Go right there, let's go like right here, and then we'll swoop in to our stuff there. All right, so now we're gonna make our tie-in here. So I have a press T cut in, and then I have my copper ready to go. So literally what we're gonna do is we have our PEX by press fitting, and we're literally gonna swoop this PEX in and connect right there. Boom. So we can connect that anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and press all this, get it ready. This one doesn't have an angle that we're gonna turn. I had the right size head. All right, so we have our 3/4 press. We're gonna make our first press. The reason we're gonna make this press prior is just because there's no angle on it, so it's a straight piece of pipe. Get that out. Second thing is, once again, there's no angle on this fitting here, so we're gonna get that press too. Get that out. Okay. So now the two most important presses are gonna be my T, because I have to maneuver the T in order to get a good angle. And then the second one is gonna be my 45, because that's gonna go ahead and tell me what direction I'm taking. So what I'm gonna do really quick is I'm just gonna confirm the direction that my PEX is coming at. So we're gonna shorten this piece down a little bit, because obviously we're way too long here. That way I could just kind of get a better angle. This is the way my PEX is coming in. Now, remember, PEX is flexible, so whatever way we come in this is the way it's gonna come in as well. So if I want it here, I'm gonna come here. However, because I kind of want it to stay a little bit high, I think I'm gonna have it kind of shoot up in a sense like this, kind of like that. So with that being said, if I hold that there, I should be able to take my press, and I'm gonna go ahead and press that one side of the T in. Then I'm gonna take my press my other side of my T in, so that way my T no longer moves. That pressed in. And then last but not least, I have one more fitting to press, and that's my 45. So this is the one where, gonna make all the difference in the world. And because I'm gonna kind of come up with it, we're gonna go ahead and kind of press it upward. So let's go about there. Get the 3/4 expander ready. All right, so now is the other important part. So our PEX is gonna come here. And so therefore, I'm gonna go ahead and just make a quick mark on my PEX on where to cut, and it's gonna give me that perfect. Now, it's okay to have a little bit of slack on our pipe, but you don't want too much. So we're just gonna go ahead and get a comfortable mark on here. Right here is great. Milwaukee PEX cutters. I'm gonna go ahead and cut right on that line. Make sure it's a smooth cut. You don't want to squish that pipe. We're gonna get our ring on. So this is an expansion ring. The way this tool works is it expands this, and then cold expansion, it also goes ahead and just conforms to your pipe within 30 seconds to a minute. After I expand this piece of PEX here with this tool, we're gonna go ahead and stick it right on here quickly, and then over time it's gonna go ahead and just squeeze that and make a watertight seal. So as you can see, the little mouth right here is expanding, and this is going deeper. And then we're gonna stick it on this pipe quickly, just like that. And you wanna make sure it's fully inserted. So as you can see, there's no gap there. We're just gonna hold that there for about 15 to 30 seconds. Make sure it grabbed on properly. And that's about it. So as you can see, we have both of our T sides pressed. We press this one as well. Press this 45 at an angle. pressed all this. Then we went to PEX here, ran it up, ran it right on to the side of the rafter. Then on top, went into our attic, and then there's literally a 2x4 right there, so we're gonna strap it right at that wall, but on the other side of the wall. So let's go ahead and head up into the little attic space and finish tying this in. All right, so we brought our line up there, got a couple of straps on with our talons, and then our point B of this whole job is from the water heater to here. So this is the shower upstairs. And then behind this drywall, we have our sink. So instead of just tying into the shower line, the hot shower line, which would send water to the sink and to the downstairs bathroom, I'm gonna go ahead and send in 2 points. We have one entry is gonna be into our hot side shower. We're gonna put a T and we're gonna send our water through there. And then one entry is gonna be through our hot side sink, which is behind this drywall. So we're gonna cut that out. This line has to get to over here and then to over here. The reason I'm gonna put 2 T's in instead of just doing one here and calling it good is if anyone ever showers, you know, downstairs and upstairs at the same time, or if someone's using a sink downstairs and, you know, the shower, we're gonna go ahead and ensure that they never lose pressure. So all this is about water volume. If we're gonna lose 3/4 worth of volume, let's go ahead and gain 3/4 back. Like I said, I could do the job easy, cut it off right there and be done. We're gonna go a little bit above here. And this is the way, so that way we don't have to make a bunch of drywall holes downstairs. We can cut open the whole closet, run 3/4 to everywhere. However, the homeowner didn't really wanna do that here. They just kinda wanna get everything back up and running and ensure it's gonna work properly. So this is also another alternative to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and just get started on some work. I'm gonna try and clear up some of this area so that way we have some room to work here. I'm gonna get Isaiah lined out on cutting open the drywall over here in this area, and then I'm gonna just start running some pipe over here. A little light here. This drywall cut is gonna be right here. I can see the hot line there. We don't have access to it. And it looks like it's gonna be in this bay over here. So we're just gonna cut from about here. Let's see. Let's just cut to about right here. Even though this isn't an attic, we want to make sure that we're cutting stuff straight. Workmanship is everything. So let's go here, make sure we're level. All right, so pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this on. We have a 3/4, or sorry, it'd be like this. So 1/2 by 3/4 by 1/2 T is it's a PEX T. So we're pretty much gonna go here. This one's gonna shoot to right here. And then this one's gonna shoot across to our sink on over there. I'd get this in first. Go ahead and get this PEX T on first. So make sure that's all the way inserted. So we're just gonna go there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shoot this down in that way. So we're just gonna hold that there till it grabs. And because there's so many like couplings and 90s up here, see, on this portion of the pipe, I'm just gonna go ahead and work with this portion. Obviously it's a fresh piece of pipe, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go to a better portion where there's not a bunch of stuff there. So next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut in our teeth. So once again, give ourselves some space to work with. Let's go ahead and cut in our T here. Hopefully have a little bit of room to play with. If not, we'll use a slip coupling to get that tied in. Same thing, get our cap on. We need our 1/2 inch PEX expander. I'm gonna go 1/2 inch here. I'm just gonna swoop into there like that, like so. Go there, boom. So that's the plan, to go right there. We have to get a slip coupling and go here because we can't move up or down with this pipe to cut our T in. So what we're gonna do is we got our stuff here and get that piece of pipe in like that all the way down. And so now this should literally match right up. Boom, just like that. And then we're gonna slip this up. It's called a slip coupling. Right to our marked line. That was halfways. Right there. Now we can go ahead and maneuver this in to go there. So because it's kind of a tight spot. I can do multiple things. I can go with the street 90. You know, there's a couple of things I could do. I have a little bit of play with this PEX pipe. You know, if I want to just go straight down, I can, which I'll probably just do that. Or I can go with the regular 90, go straight down. Matter of fact, I'll probably do this, go with a piece of pipe and then just go like that. Gonna cut another piece of copper, not too long. Pretty much just how it's gonna look, something like that. Boom. And then I know I'll probably go a little bit longer. Let's go a little bit longer. And that might be able to use that still. I'm gonna go a little bit longer there, something like this. Pop out right under that PEX. Yep. Boom. We're gonna do that, and then we'll continue our 1/2 inch line that way. So let's ream, sand, chamfer really quick. We can then get that pressed on. Okay, so we're gonna go there, just like so, and that's gonna tie right in. What I like to do first is I actually like to get this fitting done first. That way we're not tugging and pulling on stuff. So once again, gonna make our mark. Let's go with that right there. Right there. Get that there. And then this one's ready to be pressed. This we can turn. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press this first. Next gonna be this piece. Next, we're gonna go ahead and do our PEX connection. Just like that. Gonna get that in and make sure we're in there. And we're just gonna press that down, make sure we're in. So I'll hold that for a quick second. And remember, I can swing this wherever I need to, so I'm not too concerned about that, but that's already holding. Last, I can go ahead and hit my other connection. So let's go ahead and go there, like that, boom. And let's just go ahead and press all these. So first one press is this one. Boom. Boom. Last but not least, these two. Make sure we're pressed in. And then we already did this one, yep. So we're all pressed in there. So next we're gonna continue this line over here. I just have a pre-cut piece. Like I said, it's PEX, it's not too expensive, so I'm not really worrying about a couple feet of PEX. So we got our 1/2 inch space. Yeah. We're just gonna strap that there. A couple more straps. Just like that all the way in. Just like that. And then I come over here, and our sink is like in this area. So we're gonna go, we gotta bring this line over there. Pretty much get over here, over there. So I'm gonna cut in another T right here on this hot pipe, but you gotta be careful because it's very tight. So I can cut in a T here or a T here. I don't have really too much space here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go here just because I have a little bit more space to work in this direction. And then once we cut that in, we'll bring our 1/2 inch PEX line out. Just like that. And once again, I don't have too much room to work there. I have a little bit of movement, but it's not much. Might be able to make something work with the T there, which would be best. So I got my marker. So if I go there, I go there, and then I go here. Let's make those two cuts first, see if we can get a piece of pipe in. So very tight spots, nails in the wall. You gotta be very careful while trying to get this pipe cleaned up. So we're gonna get it cleaned as best as possible, so that way we reduce the chances of any issues happening. So my thought is this: we go there with that T, and if we were able to lift, but I don't think I cut enough. Kind of see if we can lift and push this way to kind of get that in. Kind of something like that. We'll kind of have to go in at an angle, and I don't want to break the pipe. Let's see. There we go. Boom. Awesome. So we're up there and we're down there. Oh, that was like best case scenario. And I'm gonna shoot this out here. If I can get my press in there to press everything up, I will send that piece of PEX this way to our spot. Pretty much, let's go with maybe a piece of copper there. We'll probably go with the 45 there. We'll probably go there, like that, kind of like right there. Probably better off going a little bit shorter and just having that PEX make that 45. Just have that PEX make that little turn. So before we do that, probably just be best to do that. All right, so this is what it looks like. So we come from the garage there. We come here, we're all strapped. Boom, boom, boom. We tie into the shower riser there. And then we came this way and tied in also to the sink riser. So the reason we did that once again is because we never want to lose pressure. So if we send it to 2 spots, we have a 3/4 inch line that's sending 2 1/2-inch spots. So that's more than enough volume. And so we're all hooked up there. So we have one more connection to make downstairs, which is capping off the other side of that line. We're pretty much done to test. All right, so the last part of the job is finding the other side of the manifold, which is where it sends water to. And so this orange tape is where that hot line comes to. And so now what we have to do is we have to cut that and cap it. So that way we can have hot water come from the top down instead of from the bottom up. So we're gonna cut this orange line and cap it. As you can see, there's not too much room to work. We're in a cabinet here, so we're gonna have to make something work here. Here goes nothing. I'm there. All right, so now we have that cap there. That's abandoned down there. And damn, that was tough, but we got it. So here we go. Gonna go ahead and get it on test. The water heater filled up, and you can see that water and that air start going. Start feeding that top. So one of the first things we want to make sure of is that there's no water coming out of our abandoned pipe. So as you can see, it's dead. There's no water going there. While we're down here, we'll check for leaks on our cap. We have the hot and the cold water on right now. We're just letting all that air get out of the pipe. Got our shower on, our faucet's on. So we're just gonna confirm that cold is cold and hot is hot. Obviously you can't see hot in the video, but that's definitely hot. Gonna shut that off. Same thing here. Want to confirm that top's hot. Oh yeah, that's toasty. Steam. Confirm cold is cold. Make sure we didn't cross any lines over. And then we pretty much just confirm that we have no leaks. None of our pipe is leaking. So it definitely looks like they have a shower leak. Yep. So I'll let them know about that. However, our pipe is good. No water on it. As you can see, hands are dry. All of our fittings are good. They're all pressed. So we just triple check. Boom. Boom. Yep. Come over here. Check all this. Make sure we're good. Make sure we're pressed there, there, and there. So yeah, we are good to go. Everything's a success so far. And we're just gonna check for leaks here. So as you can see, everything looks good. Water heater's on. So we have no joints. That's the good thing about PEX as well. That's actually one of the perks, is that you can make all these 90s and these turns without putting joints in there. And that's actually what PEX wants. I mean, the PEX manufacturers want. So this is on, this is heating. They have hot water. There's no more leak coming out of here. And then last but not least, what we would want to do is we want to clock the meter to just make sure that, you know, nothing else was spinning. So my assumption is going to be right here. Right under the fence. Nice. So, I don't know if we can get that off, but